What is it about reality TV that grabs our attention so much? Is it the longing for a life of luxury simply just out of our reach? The satisfaction of seeing a life more chaotic than our own spiral out of control? Or maybe some instances are just too hard to believe without seeing it with our own eyes. Because although they may be called reality television shows, most of these programs are anything but. Case in point, reality ghost hunting.
The team drops into battle-scarred Serbia.
Now, these shows have been around for decades at this point, and honestly, they've gotten pretty stale with how repetitive the formula has become. The crew hears stories about a haunted location, then they go to said location for a couple nights to set up their equipment, experience a couple of real interactions, and catch it all on tape for the world to see. If I had a nickel for every ghost hunting show that tried to tell me that chair being bumped was real ghost footage, I'd be one of the richest men in the world. But here's the kicker. I actually kind of like these shows. Sure, they're anything but realistic, but I gotta admit, it's kind of fun seeing some fully grown men get spooked by a chair, even if it is as scripted as it gets. While these reality hauntings are pretty entertaining on cable, YouTube hauntings are the complete opposite. Over the past couple years, the haunting at 3 a.m. craze has kind of dragged the YouTube ghost hunting scene down the toilet. From the ridiculous calling mascots at 3 a.m. to baby camera 3 a.m. haunting videos, YouTube ghost hunting has basically become a joke of the YouTube community, being seen as nothing more than a cheap way to farm views from spooked 6-year-olds who will believe a piece of paper shifting an inch is proof of ghosts. So when an account known as Just the Paranoids showed up on both YouTube and Twitter claiming to be a procurer of footage from a YouTube amateur ghost hunting channel, I initially just wrote it off as another 3 a.m. ghost hunting craze, ignored it, and went on my merry way. That is, until the post began being shared around.
Do you remember the Paranormal Paranoids? They made ghost hunting videos around 2005 to 2008, but they've disappeared from the internet since then. After finding old episodes I saved, I started this account to find other people who might know what happened to them.
I can't say I wasn't intrigued. A ghost hunting team that vanished off the face of the internet? That's an unsolved mystery if I've ever heard one. So come along with me as we dive headfirst into the mystery disappearance of the early ghost hunting team known as the Paranormal Paranoids. Before diving into this series, I highly encourage you to go to Jess's channel and watch the entire series for yourself. Everything I'll be discussing here will be spoiler-filled, and the experience here will not be able to hold a candle to experiencing this story firsthand. Plus, this way you can give the views to the creator directly. Once you've finished watching everything, you can come back here if you want and we'll discuss the Paranormal Paranoids further. All good? Great. Now let's get into it. This video will contain content and images that some may find disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Our story begins with Jess, our account holder, receiving a box of all of her old things from her childhood bedroom, including her old computer. When she booted it up, an old picture of the Paranormal Paranoids ghost hunting team was on, causing her to venture down memory lane and reminisce about how obsessed she used to be over them. Now, since it usually takes a hot minute for new accounts on any social media site to gain traction, there didn't seem to be a lot of information thrown in her direction immediately. In fact, Jess's first response was from herself.
So continuing to look through my old computer, and I found this screenshot I took of a Yahoo Answers question from probably 2009 about where the Paranormal Paranoids went.
Eventually, Jess finally gets a hit. A new Twitter account going by the handle N01RUpPlus. Alright, for my own sanity though, I'm just going to call this character Noir, as they come up very often and just reading that name out loud will drive us all insane. I know Shelby Oaks. I've been there.
Really? Where is it? Any idea why they might have gone there for a hunt?
This back and forth continued for a few months, with Jess uploading old vlogs from the Paranoid she'd burned to CD, and Noir seemingly taunting Jess's efforts, sending her what seemed to be personal vlogs that the Paranoids never posted, artwork from Riley, missing posters, and even some security footage from a gas station where the crew can be seen standing around. Jess, while being utterly baffled on how Noir was able to procure these videos, begins uploading them to her YouTube channel, alongside the videos that she had put to CD. While these seem to just be a small collection of vlogs and old episodes at first, a narrative soon begins to form, and the entire story is unfolded before our eyes. The first upload is a pretty run-of-the-mill Q&A from Riley, giving us a rundown on the history of the Paranormal Paranoids gang. How they got started as just a joke between Riley and David until Peter and Laura wanted to join in. How Peter in particular felt strong about the alliteration of the name. And how Riley has had a fascination with the paranormal, specifically ghosts, since she was a child. I like this first entry. It's short, but gives us everything we needed for a pilot in a web series. A likable protagonist in Riley, a backstory to the cast of characters we'll be spending a lot of time with, and it just has that vibe of person picked up a camera and started talking out of the blue that most 2008 YouTube consisted of. Video number 2 comes to us in the form of another vlog, but this time we're also introduced to Peter, as he and Riley play video games and chat about Riley's sister, Mia.
Oh, so did they get that? Ooh, oh, nice.
Oh,
No, I'm not turned.
oh shit, I'm doing really bad right now. We're both doing god awful right now.
Reverse. Oh, I thought that might have been a good thing. It was actually a block thing.
Hey,
Ooh.
how's your sister doing? I haven't talked to her in a while.
Honestly, she's good. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, she just started, she's been dating this guy, Robert.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
She's
He's
dating
cool.
a guy. Wow, okay.
You know, my sister can get boys. You say this
No,
like
I
with
just
such surprise.
I just figure she doesn't really get out and meet people too much. So
She
this is
does.
like kind of new
Why
for
do you
her.
think that's not a thing that Mia does?
I don't know. She just I feel like she plays things kind of close to the vest. I can't really tell what's going on with her.
What do you
But-
mean? She's
No, I mean
just
I just don't know.
I think
don't
it's just
know.
because she's my sister and you're like,
Oh yeah.
I mean, anyways, yeah. She's dating this guy, Robert. He seems
Oh.
really cool.
Good for her. Good for Robert.
Yeah, great for Robert. The better for Robert. But,
And I'm struggling.
God, I'm going so slow. I need one of those little tracky
Speedy
things.
thing.
Oh, I keep missing them.
I need to go. This is like Rainbow Road. I need to go slow.
Yeah, she's been a little like, I don't know, terse with me lately.
Why?
She thinks
What'd
I'm
you do?
spending too much time, like, with you guys, essentially.
Ooh, as opposed to what?
Well, just like that I'm not.
Getting a job.
I have a job.
I know.
Oh
I know.
no, but I've resurrected. Yeah, I don't know. She doesn't really get the channel, and
Yeah, but we can make some serious money off of this. You know, I don't think she
but
realizes.
we haven't.
We haven't yet, but you invest. You know.
You invest.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
invest your time in it, and plus, I mean, come on, we could be doing a lot worse things. At least
I
we're
know,
not out
that is-
doing fucking cocaine out here. You know, we're doing.
That's what I should remind her. Mia,
Yeah.
I'm not doing fucking cocaine.
Yes, exactly.
You should
It's like-
sing from the rafters because
Yeah.
I'm not.
It's like we're staying
drowning
away from the
myself.
needle. We're just, you know, going to creepy looking places, seeing creepy things. It's great.
Yeah, it is great. I don't know. I
I
think
would
she's
trade it
just
for
kind of upset because I haven't been around as much, but it's okay.
Yeah. Well, why? Now she can spend so much time with Robert. She doesn't.
Right.
She doesn't need you.
I think honestly, if I had been around more, she and Robert wouldn't have met.
I was just thinking
And
that.
she doesn't like it when I bring it up because you know, she and I would like spend so much time together doing
Fuck.
random. These things are
I know.
so annoying.
They really suck. They really put a wrench in things.
I think I'm so behind everyone else.
Oh my god.
No. I think she
No, it's
honestly went to the bar more because
No, I'm really happy for her.
wasn't
I think
hanging
she.
out with her.
I think she deserves.
Because, you know,
this.
my company. You should just be really grateful all the time that you get to hang out with me.
I'm very, you know, I mean, sometimes it's a little rough.
Oh, fuck you.
Just kidding. No, you're great.
David likes me,
Usually.
right, David?
Oh yeah, David, you've been so quiet over there. What's been going?
Apparently, they're not on the best of terms, with Mia questioning what the Paranormal Paranoids even is, and believing that Riley is spending way too much time on the group. Meanwhile, Riley states that her absence might have just been the thing that Mia needs. and she began a relationship with someone named Robert due to Riley not being around. We also finally get the name of the cameraman, David, the third member of the Paranormal Paranoids gang. Now, this third video is what made Jess take a second look at Noir's account, as it was a video that had never been posted to the Paranoids YouTube channel, and it just seems to be Riley practicing what seems to be a song she's written herself. Not too much to talk about in this one, other than being a nice personal moment with Riley. Video 4 is where things really start to ramp up a little, as we kick things off with an absolute banger of an opening song.
Mysteries turn out to be hopes, and other times they're just inside your brain. Peter, Laura, David, Riley, the paranormal paranoids, the paranormal paranoids, the paranormal paranoids.
Seriously, I could listen to this song on repeat. It's fun, goofy, campy, and just encapsulates everything that I love about small projects like this. This video begins with the group heading out towards the woods outside of a park while Peter assaults an innocent trash can. This video really does hit that 2008 YouTube nostalgia. Rough edits, a lot of B-roll footage, harsh background noises like the wind, and just casual conversation among the group. Oh, and the mud pile gets revenge on Peter for the trash can by swallowing his shoes. It hits that spot in your mind where you think, oh, I remember doing this with my friends way back when. You know, just without the ghost hunting part. Once Peter retrieves his shoes from the mud, Riley begins filling us in on what they're looking for by explaining how the body of a woman named Mary Talbert was found at Cuyahoga? I'm not from Ohio. Cuyahoga Falls, back in 1994.
A young married couple was on a hike when they came across the body of Mary Talbert. This is where it happened. No one ever learned why Mary took her own life. There were plenty of theories, but nothing concrete ever came forward. Many were confused over the public nature of the suicide. This is a popular hiking spot. Lots of passerby come through. She must have known that. It was almost as if she wanted to be found, wanted to be seen. Rest in peace, Mary Talbert.
After we linger on the tree for a moment, the friends pose for a group shot, oblivious to what lurks behind them. It might look like an old stump, except for the fact that it moves with the wind, almost like hair or a body swaying to and fro. Looks like the gang may have accidentally caught their first sighting on camera. After heading back to the car and chastising the name they've given themselves, Riley takes over cinematography for a brief moment, much to the disapproval of David, who doesn't like being on film. While editing the footage together, the Paranoids let us know that yes, they did indeed spot the same shape that we did during their episode. 3 times, in fact. The first time being right before Peter lost his shoes to the mud, the second time being the group shot, and the third time on their way back to the car. The video ends with a small tribute to Mary Talbert, where we finally see the visage of who the spirit once was. I can't help but notice that the hair in the photograph is quite close to matching that of the figure in the woods. Our next video is quite short, but relatively unsettling. The gas station footage. At this point, it's still unclear as to how Noir was able to get their hands on this. However, I noticed that Riley was unusually absent from this video. She might be either inside the gas station or the car, but it's something of notice nonetheless. Plus, after all the talk of David's car in the last episode, we now have an idea of what it looks like. It might come in handy if we ever need to identify it in our search. Video 6 is another video sent from Noir, and seems to be another private vlog of Riley showing off her latest artwork.
Oh. Hi. So this is what I've been working on. I don't know, she's someone I keep having a dream about, and I don't even know really why I'm sharing it, but I don't know. It was a weird dream. It was, I felt like trapped. And I just haven't had a dream like that in a while, but I don't know, I think it helped putting her to paper. Hey, Mia. I've been having a dream about this woman. I don't know. You can come see it. You can come closer. What are you what are you doing?
So this piece of art is the exact one that Noir sent to Jess within the Twitter thread. But what's especially creepy is the way that Riley talks about this dream, feeling trapped while the face of a woman watches her. We then cut to a different point of view, which we find out is Mia walking in on Riley while working on this art piece. I kind of find it unsettling by how quiet Mia is, with even Riley being confused by the way she's acting, and the video cuts immediately after Riley asks what she's doing with the camera. After hearing about Mia's disdain for the Paranoids as a whole, why would Mia even film Riley with their own camera? It's just odd, to say the least. The next video blesses us with the absolute best theme song once more, as we dive into another group exploration, this time into an old abandoned prison. Immediately we can spot that something is off. On the dirty window behind Peter, we can see a few names and initials written in the dirt, likely done by the previous explorers. But right there, in the dead center, the name Mia. Why would Mia be here? We know that she has no love for the Paranoids' activities, so why come to an old, supposedly haunted prison? Now, it could be a coincidence, but personally, I highly doubt it. While exploring around for a bit, Riley explains how back in the 1930s, it was home to the most violent of prisoners, with an account from the guards stating that one of the ghosts here really enjoys Johnny Cash in particular. As the group continues forward, they begin to become more hesitant to press on, leaving only Peter willing to continue up the stairs, where we catch the briefest hint of a disruption on the camera, which, if you're familiar with situations like this, can only mean one thing. We've got ourselves another ghost. After moving to a different spot in the prison, Riley begins to feel cold to the point where her breath becomes visible, a telltale sign of a cold spot in the ghost hunting field. Another glitch occurs after Laura points out something behind Riley, and we're told that the next few minutes captured absolutely nothing until the camera randomly started working again. The Paranoids continue further into the prison, arriving at another point of solitary confinement. It's rumored that here is where the darker events took place within these prison walls.
So we're about to enter solitary. This was the original solitary confinement. For a while in the 1930s, they just threw in cots here and basically let the inmates have the run of this room over here. And then later it was used as overflow. And the inmates that were brought here in the 1930s, they were maximum security, meaning they were the most violent offenders.
Laura and Riley notice something odd. A fresh tangerine sitting on one of the cell's beds. Peter goes to retrieve it, jokingly asking David if he's hungry. Nothing really happens after this point, and the video ends with some of the same B-roll footage we began with. This is by far the most unsettling episode we've seen. If the Mary Talbert appearance didn't have you convinced that these groups' encounters are pretty realistic, then this one certainly will. From Mia's name in the window, cold spots, glitches, and the tangerine, I think it's safe to assume that there is definitely something else going on inside these videos. This next episode, dubbed the Side Shed episode, involves just that. a shed where up to 6 people have taken their own life between 1982 and 1998. Compared to the previous episode, this one is kind of lackluster in comparison. Other than weird graffiti symbols that don't really seem to mean anything, and a neat little ending shot, nothing really of note happens here. Although Riley does say that they mean no disrespect by being at the shed, and that they merely mean to record and tell the legends of those who passed on. The last episode may have been a bit lackluster in terms of activity, but this next video makes up for all of it and more, as Riley introduces us to Lincoln Elementary School and tells us the story of what occurred here in 1976.
So we made it. Lincoln Elementary. This school has an incredible haunted history, dating all the way back to 1976. One Monday morning, the teachers arrived to find the hallways and classrooms filthy. They hadn't been cleaned over the weekend at all. They tried getting in touch with the janitor, but he didn't answer his phone. When the staff realized they'd have to quickly do some cleaning of the school before the children arrived, they went to the janitor's closet for supplies. That's when they found him. The janitor's body was crumpled in the corner of the closet. Every bone in his body was broken. His mop was shoved so far down his throat, the strings were hanging out of his mouth. There was no sign of a struggle, no forced entry into the school, no arrests made. Ever since then, the school has gone through an average of 5 custodians a year. They'd get to work and find rooms already cleaned. The janitor's closet wouldn't open no matter how hard they tried. And sometimes, after they cleaned a room, they'd find it trashed moments later, even though they were alone in the building. Generations of kids since then have made him a legend. But is the legend true? Did the Lincoln Elementary janitor really die in such a grotesque and unexplainable way? Or is everyone just having a bit of fun?
After having some fun goofing around on the playground, Laura finds a door to the school, unlocked and able to be opened. The group quickly debate on whether they want to actually go inside the school before heading in, beginning their search.
I dare you to go inside it.
Hell no. You kidding?
Why do you think someone's gonna do? You want me to go first? Oh, Jesus Christ, Riley. I'm gonna scare you to death.
Not gonna lie, that one actually got me. But hey, thanks for closing the door, unknown spirit. As they continue down into the bowels of the school, it's quite obvious that the team isn't so sure about this one, and are very hesitant to continue forward.
Do you have a flashlight, bro?
Hello?
Why is the machine running?
No. set that shit up. I swear to fucking God, you set that shit up.
I could not have done that if I fucking tried, dude. Holy shit.
Oh my God.
Oh, that was wild.
What's wrong with you?
You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Alright.
Alright.
Oh my gosh. Aren't you glad we fucking stayed now? Oh.
That's what we're here for.
Dude.
Fucking A, man. Fucking A.
That's... Oh. I can't believe it.
Cut it, dude.
Alright. Jeez.
There we go. That's the sort of scare we've been waiting for. This thing might look like a classic zombie from Scooby-Doo, but man does it make one hell of an impact on first sight. We're unsure if this is a monster of some kind, like a ghost or a ghoul, or if it's just some weirdo in a mask stalking the paranoids through the school. But whatever it is, it certainly scared the shit out of Riley and the gang. Outside, Peter and David seem more excited about the discovery than Laura and Riley. Riley seeming to be so shaken by the experience that she can hardly speak as the video comes to an end. This is easily my favorite episode by far. The build-up was perfect, the payoff was everything it needed to be, and now we can put some sort of face to these entities the paranoids have been dealing with throughout these videos. The next two videos that follow are two more supplied to Jess by Noir, and it's here we see how the paranoids are feeling about recent events. Riley is reluctant to film, while Peter insists that they do so.
I don't want to be filmed right now.
No, that's
Peter,
fine.
turn it off.
No, I don't. Seriously, don't worry about that. It's fine. It's fine. I wanted to talk to you a little bit. I know you were a little hesitant about the whole Shelby Oaks thing.
Yeah, I don't.
Park. I just want to know why.
Because weird stuff is happening.
Weird stuff is. Yeah, I mean, yeah, which is great, right? Like we've captured a lot of stuff, a lot of new stuff. We're starting to get a following right now. Come on.
I think that things are getting a little too weird.
Weird. How? I mean.
The school.
Yeah.
Talbert. I just think there's too much right now that I think we should take a little break.
Okay. Why did you get in on this in the first place?
What is this? An interrogation?
No. It's not an interrogation. I just want to know, like, why did you decide to do this? Like, be a paranormal activity investigator. Like, why did you want to do this?
Why did you want to do this?
Well, because I'm passionate about it. Because it's what we love to. I mean, we've wanted to do this since we were literally kids.
Yeah, it's fun.
Right.
I mean,
it's a lot of fun, and if we abort ship, if we just fight or flight, if we get away from all of this, right when it gets uncomfortable, when we're potentially on the verge of discovering something, then what's the point anymore? Then we've wasted our time up to this point.
Discovering what?
The unknown.
What if the unknown should be left to be unknown?
Yes, but then why did you get in on this in the first place? If our whole concept, if our whole idea was to discover the unknown, and you, when you get like just a little bit uncomfortable, like you don't want to move forward on this, then we've wasted the past months our following. We can't take a break right now. We'll lose subscribers, we'll lose viewers, people are gonna lose interest. People think we're fucking frauds. You know? And we're not. We've seen some really cool things, and other people aren't doing what we're doing. Other people aren't, and you know why? It's because we're the only people who are brave enough to take it to the next level. We can do that. You can do that, Riley. You lead us. You are the reason. You're the reason people watch this show. People love you.
I mean.
What?
Why? I mean.
Why? Is it your sister? Is your sister getting to you? Is Mia talking you out of this?
No. Mia has just been supportive this whole time.
Okay.
All of it, but.
So it's coming through. I know you've been getting weird feelings, and I understand that, and like, I feel scared too. We all feel scared, but like that's
Peter,
the point.
Peter, you don't get it. You don't get it. There's been.
Explain it to me. What do I get? Just explain.
You really want to know?
Yeah, I really want.
I don't know, just... Did I ever tell you about the night terrors I used to have? When I was
think
little.
a little bit. I don't know the
It was
extent.
awful. I just... Every dream just felt like I was trapped, and I think I maybe feel things in a way other people don't. I think
Okay.
stuff might be attracted to me, and that's why we're capturing things.
So
I think I could hurt you guys if stuff keeps, you know,
Do you
being...
think you foresee these things? Like, do you see these?
I mean, it sounds so silly. I
No,
don't.
it's not. It's not silly. But then you have a gift. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing.
No,
right
no, you're not listening. It could hurt us. It could really not be good.
It hasn't hurt us. Think about it. If it's true that these things are really attracted to you, then what are you gonna do with it? Are you gonna run away with it, or are you gonna confront it? You gotta confront your fears. You have to confront your fears.
It's not fear of spiders, Peter. It's not like, oh, I'm scared of the dark. Let's put me in a dark room. This is like...
Well, if things are... if these things are really attracted to you, then why not catch it on camera? Why not show it to the world? Why not? It's going to happen regardless.
I mean, not necessarily.
You said you have the night terrors. You say you experience weird things all the time.
But to go out searching for it? I don't know. It just... To go out to, like...
But think about, this is what you love. I know you. I know that this is all you talk about. It is. It is. I mean, think, it's childlike in a way. But it's you get a high from it that you can't find that in something else. You know, you can't find that in anything else.
I think your high is a little different from my high. With all.
Well, that may be. But
I mean,
I just think we're so far. We are so fucking far right now to breaking through, to getting to making a living out of discovering something extraordinary that we can bring to people. We can bring to people the unreal, the extraordinary, make them to see the things that they're closed off of, that they ignore on a day-to-day basis. Now, if you attract that, and we can bring that to the world, that's called purpose. Yes, I mean, I know it sounds fucking stupid, but or cheesy, but I mean, that's called purpose, you know? That's the reason why, I really think that is the reason why we were put on this earth.
to go ghost hunting?
Yeah. I mean, look at what we've captured. Look at what we've captured. People think we're frauds because no one else has captured on camera the things that we've discovered. Like this is, we have something special going for us here. And if we just stop right now, if we just waste all we've done so far, then why are we here? What do you want?
I mean, what's the grand finale? Like, what do you want more than what we've captured? I'm just saying I want a little break.
What else are you going to do? I'm serious. What else are you going to do? You're going to take a break and you're going to do what? Are you going to golf? You don't golf?
Are you going to golf?
No, I mean, I don't even, I've never been golfing. I don't know how to golf.
We could go putt-putting. Putt-putt's fun.
I'll go putt-putting with you.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
So,
that'd be fun.
we could do
But after Shelby Oaks. Come on. Come on.
A long time, like years, would have the same dream of see this man in my window, and I just feel trapped in this room. And it's I mean, it's weird, it's crazy, but like I saw like images of like the school and the prison and these numbers and
wait, after the fact or before?
No, like when I was 13.
What?
I know it sounds stupid. I know it sounds, I don't even know, but
You're saying you saw those places in your dreams when you were 13, and
no, don't say it.
No, I
like
mean
that.
I believe you. Don't think
This
that I don't believe
isn't going
you.
on the channel.
No, it's not going on the fucking channel. Just don't pay any mind to that. It's fine. I would never put this on the channel.
So Riley keeps having premonitions about these haunted locations the paranoids have been traveling to, on top of dreams of the woman in the window. No wonder she's as panicked as she is. If it's really true that all these places are unconnected to each other, and that what the paranoids are experiencing is truly supernatural, then this makes Riley the most common factor. I'm just going to come right out and say what you're probably already thinking. Riley is 100% psychic. There's no doubt about this in my mind. Riley presses on about wanting to take a break, and Peter agrees, on the one condition that they proceed with the Shelby Oaks hunt first. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit uncomfortable watching Peter constantly push Riley to do this hunt when she's clearly not willing to go at this point. He brings up people assuming that all their discoveries are fake and wanting to protect their image online, which I understand to a point, but when your friend's sanity and safety is on the line, it certainly seems like a bit of a selfish motive. Reluctantly, Riley agrees to his terms, and agrees to head out to Shelby Oaks. Following this, Noir sends one more video, Riley's last message, directly to Jess via her email account. Jess, unaware of how Noir was able to come by her email information in the first place, is absolutely freaked out by this, but posts the following to the channel regardless.
I'm not safe here. I feel like I'm being watched. There's eyes on me. I'm so scared.
Once you get over how insanely freaky this video is, it begins to all make sense given the context of what we've been shown up to this point. Riley is trapped inside of a room with a window, is attacked when she leaves, and is being watched from a window as it occurs. No, I don't mean the man in front of the window at the end. There's something far more sinister that is admittedly very hard to notice upon the first few playthroughs. But not to worry, I'm here to help. I've edited this video a bit more so it'll be easier to catch. Watch the window behind Riley as she opens up the bedroom door. There's what seems to be a giant, hulking shape standing right outside the window. It seems to be wearing a deer skull. Could it be that this creature was the face she had said was in her window? Or is it another supernatural being like the ghoul we saw at the Lincoln Elementary? Either way, you know something is wrong when a huge, lumbering beast like this is right outside your cabin window. There's one more thing that I've noticed about this video. Not only was there a bleed through of Riley's guitar video from earlier, but the ending of the video has clearly been edited. The way the animal noises begin to echo and grow louder, the way the video cuts to black while the audio still plays, and the fact that there's a specific audio dissolve at the end of the animal noises are clear indicators that this is not the original video, and that Noir has changed the footage for one reason or another. But why? To scare Jess? To prove that they have all this unaired footage at their disposal? If that's the case, then how many other videos that Noir has sent Jess have been edited or messed with? The only other video that jumps to the front of my mind is Riley's video showing off her artwork. Is it possible that Mia's audio was cut from that video? Riley never said anything about Mia not responding when she was talking to her. Either way, this just proves that Noir may be adding their own touches on the videos we just haven't caught yet. The final video from Noir seems to have been sent to Jess in pieces, but she has edited them back together, and the final result is as follows.
I know we've been getting a lot of questions as to why we haven't uploaded in a minute, and yeah, me and the guys thought it would make sense if I explained a little bit of what's going on. I've not been feeling super great, and it has a little bit to do with the last episode we uploaded, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess you guys know that it's just, for everyone else, it's fun and it's cool and it's yeah, I don't know, just for me it's a little different, and I just, yeah, after things at the school, it just felt a little more real for me, and I just needed a break for a second. Yeah, I don't know. But we're still here, and we still love you guys, and we're so glad that you subscribe and watch. And you know, I really don't want to let you guys down, and just want to, yeah, say that I'm so glad for everyone who watches our channel, and you guys are the best audience that we could ever have asked for, and it's really amazing. But yeah, I've just felt a little off. But we have gotten all of your requests for Helltown, but after talking with the guys, we're gonna go with our first plan of going to Shelby Oaks first, because we got a lot of requests for them as well. And yeah, just always thanks for watching, and for your guys' concern, I'm fine. All's well. It's just, yeah, sometimes I just need a little break, but Shelby Oaks, here we come. All right, bye guys.
This video appears to take place prior to the last, and Riley is still clearly shaken from her experience at the elementary school. She also mentions how the group has received a ton of requests to travel to a place called Helltown, Ohio. Helltown, Ohio in itself has a lot of local legends built around it. But factually, it was initially a town known as Boston, Ohio, and for unknown reasons still debated to this day, the residents were forced to move and the town itself was closed off. Theories range from cult-like Satanists running the local church, to a chemical spill that affected the residents and wildlife, creating a gigantic snake known as the Peninsula Python that still roams the streets to this day. As cool as it would have been to see the group take on a giant kaiju-esque snake, I can kind of see why Shelby Oaks was chosen first. Now, throughout this video, we've mainly been taking a look at Jess's YouTube channel, but that's not the only place that we received clues from. Back during Jess's early posts on Twitter, she and a few followers mentioned how no concrete results for the location of Shelby Oaks could ever be found. However, Noir has been there, saying as much to Jess before posting a picture of the initials RM carved into what seems to be a tree. My first initial thought was that these would stand for Riley and Mia, but Riley's not the only person whose name begins with R that Mia hangs out with.
Why? Now she can spend so much time with Robert. She doesn't
Right.
need, she doesn't need you.
I think, honestly, if I had been around more, she and Robert wouldn't have met.
I was just thinking
and
that.
She doesn't like it when I bring it up. Because, you know, she and I would, like, spend so much time together.
This is just a wild theory, but what if Robert is Noir? Robert would have close ties to Riley, being Mia's significant other. And there's a lot of hints and clues that point to Mia being involved with the disappearance of the Paranormal Paranoids. But at the end of the last message, Riley can be heard screaming Mia's name, as if she's calling out for help. There's an unknown man standing in the window that we haven't seen before. Riley is calling out to Mia for help as if Mia would be there. The only other person that we haven't seen yet who is associated with Mia would be Robert. Now, this is just a wild speculation and a theory of mine, but I think it makes sense going forward. But there's more. Remember those missing posters I mentioned near the top of the video? Well, a follower of Jess named Robert Holmes decided to go out on a hunt for the Paranoids himself, and actually found said missing posters. After taking a closer look at these posters, a phone number for the police department of Shelby Oaks can be seen. Unfortunately, the phone number no longer works. However, Robert was kind enough to upload the response to his own call.
Thank you for your interest in helping locate Peter Bailey, Riley Brennan, Laura Tucker, and David Reynolds, also known as the Paranormal Paranoids. Please leave a detailed message about any information you may have regarding their whereabouts.
This is usually the part where I would say our investigation ends and start putting theories together as to what's happening, where the paranoids are, the story, etc. But here's the thing. The Paranormal Paranoids mystery is about to be blown wide open this year. In July of 2021, the mystery of the Paranoids quickly spread even further beyond our own little investigation and unfiction community, with the huge announcement that a full-length feature film was to hit screens this year in 2023, helmed by the YouTube film reviewer and short film creator Chris Stuckman, as his feature debut on the big screen. This is a historical moment, not only for this unfiction project, but for the internet as a whole. And now it's time for a little bit of a background. Before Skinamarink, before the Backrooms movie deal, before the internet powerhouse known as Five Nights at Freddy's began its movie development, there was Shelby Oaks, an online horror project propelled onto the big screen, being directed by one of the veterans of this very platform. Not only was it the first of its kind since the Blair Witch Project, but it was also the most funded horror film of all time on Kickstarter. This is proof. Proof that great artists and great creators can come from anywhere. I started watching Chris Stuckman all the way back in 2013, and I can assure you that if anyone is qualified to handle a project of this proportion, it's him. The man knows what he's talking about when it comes to horror, and you can see that passion flow through his YouTube channel. Even when talking about the project, Chris phrases things in a way that still works within the canon tale of the Paranormal Paranoids. Listen to how he talks about the story of this movie.
Directing a film called Shelby Oaks. It is based off of the still ongoing and currently unsolved mystery of the Paranormal Paranoids, a YouTube channel from the earliest days of this platform that featured 4 young people who investigate the paranormal.
Notice how he calls it the still ongoing and currently unsolved mystery of the Paranormal Paranoids. Even in his announcement of the film, he still leans heavily into our field of unfiction, refusing to break the immersion the story has put us into. Now, some people might ask, well, was this whole series just an ad campaign for his movie then? And while the real answer might be yes, Jess comes back to us to tell us that Chris and his team have not only reached out to her for the movie, but they are flying her out to Ohio to be on set and discuss her own findings regarding the case. After landing in Ohio, Jess provides us all with an update, where we finally get to see our friendly investigator for the first time.
So I wanted to, in a roundabout way, I guess, introduce myself. Hi. Hi, I'm Jess. This I don't know, I feel like really nervous. I'm usually kind of, off the grid and totally private. But everyone has been really helpful, and I just wanted to put, a face to my words and let people see who I am. And this is just really important to me. So I'll update you, I guess. So the producers reached out and they brought me to Ohio, and they put me up in Airbnb, which was pretty cool. And we've been, talking a lot. Just what do I know? What do they know? And trying to put this together as they're making a film about it, which is really cool. While I'm here, I'm definitely going to do my own investigating too. So if you guys have any ideas, any leads, please let me know. I will keep you posted on what I find. I have permission to go to the school, which is going to be, I think, awesome. And I have to, well, I don't know if I will, but I want to find the suicide shed, because after talking to everybody, not one person knows where it is. And I don't know, I just feel like that's like a really significant location. So I really, really want to find that while I'm here. I thought I should get a little used to being on camera, because they're going to put me on camera and they're going to ask me all these questions. So this seems like a low pressure way to start that. I don't know. It makes me, feel kind of nervous. So yeah, I thought I would start here with you guys. And gosh, what else? There's so much stuff that has happened. I think the best thing about the filmmakers is that they really want to know what happened, and that's really important to me. Riley was the first person that I was able to look up to. And I know it sounds kind of funny because it was just like to most people probably just like a silly YouTube show, but when I was younger, most of the channel hosts were guys, and seeing Riley and seeing how valued she was for being passionate about things that I was passionate about, and all this paranormal stuff, and ghosts, and spooky, all of those things that were so cool to me or cool to her. And I think that helped me, have a really good role model in her, as strange as that might sound. So this is important to me, and that's why I'm here, and it's important to them too. So hopefully we really find out what's going on. But now that I'm, a little bit of an internet sleuth, and you guys are too, please keep the information coming, because you're seeing things that I'm not seeing, and I think together we're going to be able to come up with some really interesting stuff, and maybe I can tell the producers or something in my investigation on my own. I don't know. I think we're going to be able to figure this out, and I am very excited to be here. A little bit nervous to be here. But I will see you guys soon when I go to see the school, which hopefully is any day now, hopefully. Great. nice to meet you. Is that what people would say? Okay, I'll talk to you soon.
As of writing this script, this is the final upload on Jess's channel. Maybe when the movie comes out, we'll hear more from both her and Noir, who has seemed very quiet as of late. The story of the Paranormal Paranoids is a fascinating tale of mystery, and provides you with a sense of nostalgia that only 2008 internet horror can provide. While the fact that this entire series was created as a PR stunt for an upcoming film may turn some viewers away, the story of the Paranoids will suck you into this world and make you root for the characters all the way through. I don't know what Chris Stuckman has in store for us, but I do know one thing. I will be in the theater opening night for the premiere of Shelby Oaks, supporting a fellow creator and making their lifelong dream a reality. Thank you for watching, everyone. I know this web series has been out for a couple years now and has been talked about before, but I really wanted to get my thoughts and analysis out on this before the movie premieres later this year. I'm very excited to see what Chris Stuckman has in store for us, and I'm actually very excited to watch Shelby Oaks in my own local theater. I also want to give a huge shout out to my sibling for voicing Jess in this video. They're a fantastic artist, and they're actually looking to break out into voice acting in the near future. So if you like what you heard and you want to see more of their artwork, you can find them at The Oven is Frozen on both Twitter and Instagram. Thanks, Doofus. My name is Astronaut, and until next time, I'll see you around.
This is take one of me doing this for Matt's video. That was when I was told I was... fart. Paranormal Paranoids. Paranormal Paranoids. A lot of P's in this sound. That was when I was a total loon. I keep wanting to say loser. Found this screenshot I took of I almost said YouTube. I am not a professional voice actor. My brother is holding me ransom. I mean, ransom doesn't make sense. My brother is blackmailing me to do this. That would be funnier, but I flipped up my own. Hello. I want to let the record show. The record? I have to remember what. It was like a mixture of my customer service voice and my I want to punch someone voice, right? But they've since disappeared from the internet why does this lady write weird? Why does she write things weird? It's 11:23 at night and all I want to do is sit down with my bowl of Cheez-Its. And I can't. Alright, Matt. Fuck off.